There are some people doing some weird things, and Dr. Johnny Bloomfield is forest bathing. He mightn't be personally, but he sees the benefits. What exactly is it, Johnny?
Good morning, Frank. Forest bathing, it is a practice that originated in Japan. The Japanese call it Shinrin Yoko, which literally can be translated as taking in the medicine or the atmosphere of the forest. So it's not really bathing like you maybe go bathing at the seaside. This is a slightly different version of bathing. It's soaking in the atmosphere of the forest and all the benefits that are brought to you there.
Do you continue to keep your clothes on during it?
I'd hope so. The forests in they're one of them, and I saw someone bathing inappropriately, then I'd get a bit of a scare. So yes, it's one to do with your clothes on.
Yeah, but bathing tends to be with your clothes off. So do you lie down in the heather? What do you do? Do you just stand against a tree?
I think bathing is really think of the term soaking it in. So it's really becoming quite conscious of your senses when you're strolling through the forest. So you're tuning into your sights, your sounds, and your smells. And I don't know what the morning was like for you, but where I was a bit of a deluge of rainfall this morning. But now that the rain stopped and the sun shines out, that's a brilliant time to go forest bathing, because that rainwater's kind of disturbed this into the air, and forest. One of the factors of forest bathing is the forest air is very powerful in terms of increasing your level of natural killer cells in our body, and that's been proven by a research study, again in Japan. So very effective to combat infections and cancers. So yes, it's regularly coming into the forest and breathing in the healthy air that's produced by the trees and the plants and the soil, particularly after a rainfall. It's very powerful.
I tend to agree with you. It's one of the things that I love doing. I never described it before as forest bathing, but I love walking through forests. I love being just lost within them, especially the little walkways, and sometimes where the foresters have cut paths through for their machinery and whatever, just following the paths through the actual trees. There's something therapeutic, without a doubt, about that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'm a huge fan of spending time in forest and woodland areas. So, it's one thing is to get away from the busyness of life, the technology in life, and get away from screens and so on, and detaching from, say, our work. So one reason why forest bathing is so popular and why it exists really is a way to combat stress and anxiety, particularly work-based stress. So it's even been prescribed by medical doctors around as a form of therapy. I mean, forest bathing has also been known as forest therapy. But yes, one way is you get in detachment, and then once you slow that walk down, right down to a stroll, and you start gaining all the benefits that are from that, but in the context of being around nature and in this case woodland. And
at this point, you should be taking long, deep breaths from deep down in your abdomen.
Now you're going. That's right. So as I said, because the natural air in the forest is incredibly beneficial. It's the trees and plants release various oils, essential oils that go into the ground, and then particularly after rainfall will be highly present in the air, and this is very, very useful for us for our health. Also, then you get the positive effects of stress reduction. So there's more research looking at people who spend time regular number of weeks, and it's a wonderful therapy for stress and anxiety.
Yeah, the only thing would be if you were about to do the deep breaths and a fox had been around before you. There can be a pungent smell of a fox. You'll be very aware whether or not he's marked his territory. But deep breathing well away from where a fox has had a piddle.
Yes. Well, again, that's good. It's good that you have the awareness and the sense of that. It's tuning out from it's being highly present in the moment. If you're sensing that, as opposed to staying plugged in and tuning out. So, I mean, obviously, forest bathing involves you not wearing headphones, and it is just trying to spend it's increasing your awareness of. Burn near Shaw's Bridge, they have some forest bathing chairs. They move them around a little bit, so people who are walking can actually lie down, and these chairs are strategically placed to sort of look up at the tall trees and the skyline, and to sort of observe the nature and movement. And that's something that you could consider as well.
Just finally, is it worth hugging a tree, or is that going too far?
I wouldn't. I don't know. That's not my thing. But I know lots of people will gain benefits from that, from their love of nature. Then I'm not going to go against it. I don't think there's any harm in doing so. And if tree hugging is your thing, then so be it. Whatever floats your boat, I think.
Yeah, we're going to recommend that you do it, but possibly a very heavy branch down on top of you. That's the last thing we want. But away from that, get yourself into the woodland, into the forest, stand still, get the deep breaths going, listen as well. Sometimes when you get well into the forest and you stop and listen, the silence is just beautiful. Highly recommend it, I really do. I didn't know it was called forest bathing. Dr. Johnny Bloomfield from johnnybloomfield.com. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you.
Thank you.
By the way, before you go, Johnny, do you have a personalised number plate? Are you DJB1 or anything like that?
No, not at all. I'm not a big car fan. I'm not really into cars. As long as it gets me from A to B, then I'm happy.
Yeah, I have that picture of you on your bicycle. Johnny, thank you very much.